heaven's heart the snow descends. Silent whispers from the winds as they bend. Candles flicker in each ancient tower. The night holds a mystic power. Moonlight dancing on the frozen ground. Echoes of nights long lost and found. Armored shadows in the frosty night. Roses steal under pale moonlight. Winter weaves us spells of light and deep. The city breathes and ancient spirits keep guarding tales of old with every breath. Blood brothers honor even in death. Hearts are warm in the stone embrace. Stories told by a crackling blaze. Children dreaming of heroic quests in the city where legends rest. Snowflakes landing on a solemn cross mark the places of triumph and loss. Chills that whisper of a time before, hollow moments that we adore. Winter weaves our spells of light and deep. The city breathes and ancient spirits keep guarding tales of old with every breath. Blood brothers honor even in death.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Inner Sleuths live stream. I know it's been a hot minute since we've had any information about PAX Day, but we finally got another little bit of information dropped. This won't be too long of a stream because there's only so much in this announcement, but some of it seems pretty good. Some of it we'll talk about. I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on not just what's coming in verse 2 part 3, but I want to know your experiences so far. I want to do a recap with everyone of how you've been enjoying PAX Day as a whole, how you feel development is going, good, bad, indifferent. Let me know here on the channel. I want to hear from all of you. But before we get into talking about some of the upcoming features and giving my take on them, and before we hear from you guys about your opinions about some of these things, we have a giveaway to do. We're giving away another copy of PAX Day. And I know it's a little bit late. We're on the 7th already. Normally I do these earlier in the month to pull the winner from January. But we're going to go ahead and do this nevertheless. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. You can see this is my little program I use. You can see the command on screen. It's going to pull 3 winners. I got my pen here so I can write down who actually wins. But basically, this will pull 3 winners from the start date of 2025, January 1st at midnight, to 2025, January 31st at midnight. And I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Let's see who the winners are. This pulls a random YouTube member or channel subscriber and their comment. It looks like Watson Mount 9276. Let me write this down here. Is in first place. Watson Mount 9276 got first place. Congratulations. You've won a copy of PAX Day. You have 48 hours to claim this. Get in touch with me on Discord, void_lock. Send me a message here on the channel. Send me an email at my business email. Any of those will work, but you have 48 hours to claim your free copy of PAX Day. Congratulations. If that does not get claimed, second place goes to JJD3382. JJD3382. And if they do not claim within 48 hours, it'll go on to Amber. You write all these down. Thank you guys for all the comments and all the support. It's really does help. It really helps out a lot, honestly. And I hope that you guys appreciate these free copies of PAX Day. We got a couple people in chat already. Again, it's not too big of an announcement. It's just a little bit of a taste here, but it's really great to see you guys. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I really want to know what you guys think about PAX Day so far. Once we get into the news here, let me go ahead and close out of this command prompt. Give me 1 second here. And I like to do these live so you guys can see and talk with me about all the stuff going on here, as well as the giveaways. Let's hide that. Let's get this out of here. There we go. Before we get into the content update here, or the soon to come, hopefully, content update, I want you guys to know that we run a community. The Cheeky Buggers United community Discord server is the place to be. We hang out there every single day. We're always playing something. We play all kinds of games, but PAX Day and Star Citizen are our main attractions. With some updates coming out for other games, we have the capacity to host servers for all kinds of stuff. So come on over to the Cheeky Buggers United community Discord server. There is an absolute plethora of great people over there to find something to do. Maybe you're in the interim while you're waiting for PAX Day to come out with an update. Maybe you're still going hard on PAX Day. There's someone to find for everything. The Order of the Blood Brothers is still going strong in PAX Day. Several people have taken a little bit of a break. Completely understandable. That stuff's going to happen with early access games, especially one where the development is going at the rate in which it's going for PAX Day. There's going to be a little bit of lulls and peaks and valleys in the development process, and we are here for that long haul. So if you guys want a great clan to hang out with, a great community to hang out with, come over to our Discord, type !Discord in chat now, get a link over to the Cheeky Buggers United community Discord server. If you guys want to join an awesome clan and you want to take that membership to the next level, you can go over to our website, www.cheekybugger.net, and you can submit your very own application to join the Order of the Blood Brothers or to become a verified member in the community. Once you're a verified member in the community, you can join any of our private servers. For any game, you can get into any of our clans in any game that you want to. We do it that way so people can join the community first and foremost, because that's what we always will be and always have been. First and foremost is a community. You can join that community, and then there's no conflict of interest if you're in like an allied clan, or if you already have a clan in PAX Day. You could still be a part of everything else that we do, and obviously we still interact with allies and random people in the game as well. So you don't have to join the Order of the Blood Brothers in order to be a part of our greater community. So if that sounds good to you guys, type !Website in chat. You'll get a link over to our website where you can fill out that application. We do those applications in order to keep trolls and bad actors and stuff out, and it's worked very well for us. Hello, everybody in chat. We have Ryan, we got Jade, EOTV, Maven, Darth, Bean, we got Ange. Really great to see you guys here today. Oh, exciting news coming a little bit later today, or maybe even tomorrow. I'm not too sure if I'm going to stream it just yet or if I'm going to make videos on it at first. Stars Reach, I did get accepted into their pre-alpha test, I think is what it would be called. They're doing a play test, a pre-alpha play test for a new and upcoming MMO set in a somewhat of a space theme. It looks very interesting. Look it up, guys. I posted about it on my Twitter as well. Look it up. Let me know what you guys think about that. We're going to be making some videos on that to see what it is all about and what it has to offer. Looks like it could be a pretty cool project, though. They just finished, or they're just starting their Kickstarter, but the game is already well along in development. So make sure you check it out and let me know what you guys think about it, and keep your eyes peeled for upcoming videos on that as well. We just got done covering a couple of other games on the channel, so make sure you check out those videos. Some pretty interesting stuff coming out in the survival-ish genre. All right. I think we got to all of our announcements. We are going for 2,000 subscribers. That's our next goal. I don't know what I'm going to do when I reach that, but that's our next goal. You can see in the top left corner. You can see Tangia is paused. If you guys would like to interact with Tangia, you can type !Tangia in chat. It'll give you a link over to our Tangia page. Anything else? I haven't done a live stream in a while. Make sure I hit all the bases. Huge shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for the continued support, even during these times where there's not a lot of content coming out. I really, really do appreciate you guys. That helps out more than you guys know. If you'd like to become a channel member yourself and support my work and my ability to bring you guys the news, the unbiased news as fast as possible on PAX Day, please consider becoming a channel member. It really does help out the channel a ton. Click that join button down below and become a sleuth today. Thank you guys for all of the support. Let's catch up on a little bit of chat here. What are you guys talking about? Ange, void. Lock. Great to see you guys. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Okay, so this update's not a very big one. Well, this news leak is not a very big one, but there's some pretty important information in here and some things that I think are really going to add some high quality of life to many, many people. Have you guys ever been lost before? You don't know where you're going. You lose your sense of direction. You got to open up your map, close the map, open up the map, close the map. It just becomes very cumbersome. I got news for you. We're getting our compass. We're finally getting our compass. Let me pull up the roadmap here. I think I have the roadmap queued up. I do. Here we go. So on the roadmap, you can see verse 1 was in the fall. We've gotten everything on there. Verse 2 is in the winter. We have market stalls. We have the gold economy. We have the friends list. We have the language conversions there. They say more to come. So potentially there's going to be some more things that are added on top of this. But the one thing that's been left out was the compass. That's one thing that they said was coming in verse 2 that we still haven't gotten yet. So it looks like this is going to be coming with this part 3 update, hopefully. We're going to read through their article here, and we're going to go over all of it. You could see later during early access, new furniture, farming, planters, weather, improved NPC behavior, all kinds of stuff that you can see on there. GeForce Now, we actually did just get, I believe. We got full GeForce Now integration. I'm not positive on that though. Controllers do work, although they don't have full support, but you can get a controller to work. So most of the stuff on this has been completed. The thing we're waiting on for verse 2 is the compass. And then ongoing building and crafting balances, which they do touch on here. Key remapping. I haven't had an issue remapping keys really, besides like getting the F5 key to not be the camera change. So that way I could use it for my spell. New spells, enemies, all that good stuff is still in the works. Let's get into this update. Ryan says, oh my, I'm not sure my daughter can see Stars Reach. She's more obsessed with cats than Ange is with foxes. Oh, because you can actually be like a cat person. It looks like an interesting game, though, to be honest. The gameplay looked pretty interesting. I didn't look into it too much. The developers have been really great so far from that game. They got in touch with me, and we've been chatting back and forth a little bit. I got my key yesterday, and there's a playtest happening later today. So at very least, I'm going to be recording that. At most, I'll be streaming it. But we'll see how the response is for it, and we'll see how interested you guys are in Stars Reach. But let's get into this here. They start off, hello Paxians. The Golden Grace update, which introduced markets and of course Golden Grace, has been live for a few weeks. However, as you have noticed, a few features in the roadmap of verse 2 have not yet appeared, which, yeah, we did notice a couple of them. I'm really looking forward to the compass, to be honest. Some of these features can take us longer than expected to develop and test, as we're making iterations to find the best way to add them. But we're happy to say many of these features are in place where we should be able to, or in a place where we should be able to deploy them soon. So it's not like they're just sitting on their hands, guys. I mean, we haven't gotten an update in quite some time. We haven't gotten like a nice little leak or anything like this in quite some time. But they're not just sitting on their hands. They are working on these things. Some things take longer than others. This is what they're basically telling us right here. Some may require more attention. We won't consider them final until they've released, which means that they may be delayed or revamped. So all of these things that we're about to talk about here, they're not final until they release. And even then, I would think that they would go under iterations, although they've been using this as a beta. They've been using early access as a beta. So it's kind of like they're getting these features into their final form and then giving them to us. They're tweaking some things like systems, like combat systems and stuff still. But it seems to be once we get a system into our hands, such as the compass, it's probably going to be its final form. At least that's traditionally what they've done with systems as they've gotten implemented. They will add more features to them, but they haven't really changed existing features too much, to be honest. Ryan says, anyway, back to PAX. So they say that these things could be delayed still or revamped. We don't really know until we actually get them in our hands when they're going to be coming out, or once we get the patch notes, then we'll see when we're actually going to be getting these things. So we don't have a set date on any of this. As per usual, we don't have a date on any of this yet. While we currently don't have a set date for this update, we can share part of the content we plan to include. Ready for a sneak peek? Let's go. I think we are more than ready for a sneak peek, I must say. Market Square Part 3, Key Additions. So here's one of the big ones that's going to come in. This is the compass. If you're sometimes lost while exploring Gallia, the compass will point you in the right direction. Even if you're the type of person who can quickly tell your left from your right, the compass should still come in handy. I think the compass is really good for telling people which direction to go based on where they are. So if you know where someone is and you're telling them like, hey, just head east, it makes it easy. They don't have to like open their map, especially if you're in a foreign land. You don't know exactly the topography of the map just yet. It'll help you get around. Let me know in chat, who of you are interested in the compass? Who thinks that this compass will be a good addition? It's nothing super crazy. It's not like some new enemies or a world boss or some new system or the baronies or the church or anything big and crazy and exciting like that. But I do think that these small additions, these things need to take place. Hopefully this comes along with a bigger update and it's not just the compass and this other small addition by itself, but hopefully it's part of a bigger patch where we have some more substantial content in it. Because I know some people are going to get a compass and they're going to say, oh, well, big deal, I know my topography. But this is a quality of life change that you need to get into the game. There's a lot of things like this in MMOs that need to come to the light. They need to be developed. They need to get added into the game engine. They need to get added into the clients in order to give people a quality of life that is substantially higher than the one that we currently have. The Grace system helps a lot with collecting and gathering and things, and I think it's a great system, but things like the compass should not be overlooked. I know it sounds like a small thing. I have one concern or one question that I would ask about the compass, and it's because it says right here, the compass allows you to keep an eye on the waypoint markers, displays points of interest, and shows custom markers in your vicinity. My question would be, if I have just hundreds of nodes, do I get to adjust the distance in which it's showing them on the compass, or is my compass just going to be a wall of mining picks or gathering nodes? I'm not too sure. I'm looking forward to getting it and messing around with it, but that would be the question that I would have is, can I filter which nodes or which markers are going to show up on my compass? Is it going to show party members? Is it going to show clan members? Is it going to show vicinity to all POIs, or do you get to filter which POIs? Is it going to show all the Stellas, or do you get to filter the Stellas? I'd like to know what filter options are going to come along with that. I would assume that it's going to be pretty bare bones here. We're going to get a compass, and maybe it will point us in the direction of things that are within a certain vicinity. So if you have like 100 pickaxes on your map within a 10-foot radius, they're probably all going to show up. That's just my thought on how maybe its first iteration is going to look. Hopefully if we don't get it at launch, hopefully we get the ability to be able to filter these. So if you're out doing a mining run and you've spent your grace to collect rock and stone and stuff like that, hopefully you can just filter between those nodes that you've placed on your map and not just have to have all of them shown. Maven says it's a solid quality of life improvement. Yeah, I think 100%. Hunter, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, Hunter. Hunter says, hey, Void, first time I've been around since the first wipe. Haven't really wanted to restart my building on my plot yet. Kind of overwhelmed with all the items still in boxes. I get that, Hunter. If you need help with anything, just let us know. We just had several new people who have joined the clan, and several new people have come back into PAX Day. A lot of people have so many resources that they really don't know what to do with them. They're just kind of overflowing everywhere. So if you need help with sorting through stuff, or if you need help with building or collecting resources, just let us know. I mean, we'll give you a hand and we'll help you out any way that we can. There's the numbers are pretty down on PAX Day right now. I know it can seem a little abysmal, but again, people are just waiting for content updates. But if you need help with your plot or anything like that, just let us know. We'll help you out. Ange says foxes don't drop anything. In fact, did you know that you lose weapon XP every time you hurt a fox? That is fake news. That is not true. Ange is lying to you. Absolutely not true. Hunter says, hope you're doing well, though. I'm doing great. Again, it's just a little bit of a lull of content, so that's why I haven't been streaming as much lately, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in here. Hunter, yeah, if you need help with anything, you just let us know, man. Ryan says, I think the compass is good quality of life. It will give you a small heads up on POIs and help you with getting lost when in a big group and going somewhere. Yes, I can give direction now in terms of like, let's head east and west, and people will know where that is without having to open up their map. It's just going to save some time. It's going to make it a little more, fluid, Ange says she's thrilled about the compass. Salty, how's it going, Salty? Welcome into the stream, brother. Hope you are doing great, man. Welcome into another episode of PaxCast. Again, not too much news here, but something I still wanted to talk with you guys about and touch base and let you guys know that I'm still here. PAX Day's still here. And even though development may be a little bit slow at times, they are still doing stuff. But great to see you, Salty. Salty says, Ange, I get tons of XP and skins killing foxes. Oh no. And says, LOL Void, you weren't supposed to read that. It wasn't meant for you. Oh my God. I read everything, guys. I do my best to read every single comment, especially from ones from my channel members. I do my best to read all of them. But that would be my question about these compasses is, are we going to be able to filter things? I hope we're able to filter things. You can see a little image here at the top. Shows a compass with some markers that they've placed. Over here, you can see a compass facing north towards the Stella or Petra Day. You can see west off on the side there. So as you look around, presumably it's going to change your heading as well. It's tied to where you're looking, not necessarily to where your character is facing, I think. I think you'll be able to distinguish pretty easily which direction you're facing. Let me know what you guys think about the compass. Are you looking forward to the compass? Are you hoping for more about the compass or about other features? Let me know honestly what you guys think about these things, because that's what this platform is all about. It's giving you a voice. It's giving me a voice. It's giving the community a voice to be able to voice. It's giving you a platform to be able to voice your opinions on the things that are coming out and talk about them in good faith here on the channel. So let me know what you guys think about the compass as we know it so far. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can filter. Let's scroll down here. German 3D printing nerd. Crash, how's it going, brother? Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a great day so far. We got Salty starting up a Tangia dungeon. Guys, if you'd like to interact with the Tangia dungeons, all you have to do is type !Tangia in chat. If someone else starts a dungeon on Tangia, you can join that dungeon for free at the top of my Tangia page. It'll say join dungeon. The only person who has to pay for the dungeon with the coins is the person who starts it. So thank you, Salty, for firing up the first dungeon of the stream. Really appreciate you. Jade says, I'm hoping for filtering waypoints too. Yeah, I think that's going to be a common theme. People are going to be hoping that they're going to be able to filter their waypoints. And if we're not able to filter them, it's going to be a highly requested feature, I think. Hunter says, have they fixed trees respawning on plots yet? No, they have not. It's super disappointing, I know. They have not fixed that yet, so make sure you pick a plot that doesn't have trees coming through it, or you can bury the trees under foundations and things there, or you can make it to where it's a part of your build. That's what some people have done as well. But yeah, the trees still come through your plots. It's very disappointing. Hopefully that gets fixed pretty soon, but they do still come through your plots currently. Hunter goes on to say, and how you think about the markets. So my take on the markets is they're not really going to shine until you get a full wipe or until the game goes to full release. Because right now there's such an influx of items and gold isn't used for a lot of things just yet. It's kind of really a useless currency. I mean, people will want the actual product more than anything else. They're going to want the product such as coal or charcoal or steel. They're not really going to want gold too much. I mean, people will take gold because now you can purchase grace with it, but there's a sweet spot with purchasing with grace. I kind of have been spending buying like 60 grace a day seems to be the sweet spot. You go up from there, it starts to become pretty expensive. So the first quarter, one notch away from the first quarter of the grace wheel seems to be the sweet spot. But the markets, I like them. I think they need a little bit more permissions. Hopefully we get something like that. And we're going to talk about market additions right here. They have some news about that. I've been liking the markets though. I don't like this new feature that they're coming up with right here for home valley browsing, but we're going to talk about that. But the markets as they've been so far have been pretty good. I'd like to see what I sold, when I sold it, to whom I sold it, how much I sold it for, all of those things. I'd like to see that in a log for the market so that way you can keep track of it. but they've been pretty good. People don't really put up things that are super expensive or rare for sale in their markets because you have to pay the tax man. That's one of my gripes that will never go away. Who am I paying? What king am I paying a tax to sell my own product that I've made on my own land and my own stall in my own city? Why am I paying a tax? I understand it's a game mechanic, but I'm looking at it from a roleplay mechanic. I don't really understand why we're paying those taxes in a roleplay mechanic. From gameplay, yes, it makes sense. We need gold sinks, but those are my only real gripes about the market stall. Other than that, they've been pretty good. They work well. I've only had a couple issues where I'll go to sell something in my own stall and it says I don't have permission. So there's not too many issues with the market stalls, but they've been pretty fun. It allows people to come together. We're firing up the Moonlit Market, so we're going to have people who will be able to come and trade for things on certain days, on every other week or every week or something like that, where you can come into town and go to the market stalls. Obviously, you can go to the market stalls whenever you want, but if you're looking for something more specific that's rare, we do have the bounty board on our Discord, so you can go on there. Open up a request for something. Our Black Bloods can hunt it down for you, or our market people can hunt it down for you as well, the Ember Exchange. But stay tuned for some events that are going to be upcoming in terms of the Moonlit Market. But yeah, the markets have been pretty good. Honestly, I don't really have too many complaints about them. Let's see what they have for us in terms of market additions. Exciting improvements are coming to markets, making trading more efficient and accessible. Sorting and filtering options will be enhanced, allowing players to navigate listings easily. I think that this is, so you can only sell 120 things in a market, so it doesn't take too long to sift through it to see what you're looking for, but it is nice that we are now getting filtering and sorting for things that are being sold in the market stalls. We kind of have already done this though, because we have a market stall for each type of product, so to speak. If you're looking for metal and ores, you can find that at a specific market stall. If you're looking for food, that's in a specific market stall. So we've kind of already taken the filtering and filtered it down to what it needs to be already. But for those of you who only use like one market and you want to sell all kinds of stuff in it, you will be able to filter and sort those hopefully very soon. That's going to enhance people's quality of life. Again, it seems like these are quality of life changes here. Hunter says there's going to be another wipe. We don't know, Hunter. I didn't mean to like scare anybody with when or if there's another wipe. The only other wipe that we know of for sure is going to be coming when we leave early access. So once we leave early access, we know that everything's gonna be wiped and reset back to like 1.0. We're gonna start all fresh, new world, everything, and then hopefully it's gonna have persistence after that. That would be my assumption, but we don't know if there's going to be another one. I would assume at some point they would want to test the game from the ground up again, because again, we are beta testers. We are testing this world. We are helping to find all of the bugs and issues with this world. So I would assume at some point before we leave early access, there would be at least one more wipe where we have to start from the ground up and check progression and check, how the grind is now. Is it too hard? Is it too easy? That would just be my assumption though. We don't know of any other wipe. So don't worry about that right now. If they announce it, I'll make sure I let you guys know as soon as I possibly know or possibly can, so that way we can all be in the know. But there's no planned wipe as of yet. Ryan says, Hunter, before we go live 100%, before then, possibly one, at least if they update Unreal, and we might expect one if they release new biomes. They've previewed a demonic biome. I don't think the demonic biomes are in the homelands though, so I don't think they would need to wipe the world by adding new biomes in the wildlands or by adding new zones outside of the heartlands. I don't think that would require a wipe, but I don't know. I mean, they'll let us know if there's going to be a wipe. We'll definitely be covering that here on the channel as soon as we know anything about it. So we're going to be getting filtering and sorting and stuff for our market stalls. Nice quality of life feature there. These improvements pave the way for our new feature, Home Valley Browsing. Now there's been some talk on both sides for and against this feature right here. I want to know what you guys think about Home Valley Browsing. This is going to let you explore all markets in a home valley and then set a waypoint to guide you to the markets that sell the items that you want to purchase. So presumably you're gonna be able to use the compass. These things are going in hand here. You're gonna be able to use the compass to follow your marker to get to the market stalls that are selling the things that you want to buy. A new market stall variant is also in development, offering more cosmetic options for vendors. I wonder if this is going to start filtering the things that we can sell as well, like the alchemy market. Is it just how it looks? Are you gonna be able to sell everything at it, or is it going to sell only specific things? We don't know that yet. But Home Valley Browsing, this is how I see this working. I think how it's going to work is you enter Tremin, you can see you can go into browse and you can see all of the market stall items that are available within Tremin. You click on the item you want to purchase and it will maybe tell you the coordinates, but it'll mark it on your map and then you can head to buy that. The reason I don't like this, and hear me out, again, I'm coming from a roleplay perspective. The reason I don't like this is because it's going to take away something from the player interaction. This is a socially driven game. This is a player interaction driven game. So if you enter Tremin, you can just open up your browse. You just barely cross the border. You just barely cross the border. You don't have to interact with anyone. You open your Home Valley browsing. It's going to pull up a menu. And you're going to be able to see all the products that are for sale. We don't know, or Salty, I see your message there. We don't know if you're going to be able to see the prices of those items until you actually go and see it. Presumably, you'll be able to. We don't know for sure yet. But Salty says it's going to be garbage. It just encourages undercutting on the other side of the fence. See, I could see the concern there as well. We don't know if we're going to be able to see the prices, though. I would assume you would. So yes, it's going to encourage undercutting. But my main problem is the reason of a city is to have people come to the city and interact and role play and have fun in that city. Why would we have a big market stall in a big town square if people don't even have to come there to browse the goods? Like sure, in our modern day and age, you can buy stuff online. You don't have to actually go to the store. You can request pickup and then go pick it up from there. Like you can see what they have in stock and all those things. How are you going to know that in this game? Unless they, introduce it some way and through the lore, it's magic or whatever. But I just think it's going to not only encourage undercutting, like Salty said, potentially, I think it just cheapens the roleplay experience quite a bit because people don't have to actually come to your town to see what you have for sale now. That's half the fun. You have your market stall up and you see people coming and browsing. For smaller clans and smaller areas, that can be a lot of fun for them to have people actually come and visit. So now all they have to do is pop their head across the border and see, oh, there's nothing I want here. I'm out of here. Now, sure, you could say that respects their time a little more. So I can see both sides of it. On a standard server, 100%, it's a nice quality of life feature. In terms of a roleplay server, I think it cheapens the roleplay experience a little bit. It's just a concern I have. We'll have to see how it actually is in practice once we actually get it in our hands. Hopefully, it allows for us to at least not see the prices, because then you'll still have to go to see the price. But I have a feeling it's going to. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it, though. Home Valley browsing coming to a server near you soon, where you're going to be able to just barely cross the border, load into that zone, press tab, open up your menu, go to browse, presumably, check all the market stalls, say, nothing here, go back, hop across the border again. Or in worst case, hop across the border, see what they have for sale, say, okay, they're selling charcoal for 15 a stack. I'm going to sell mine for 14 a stack. Hey guys, come over here, charcoal cheaper. Then he pops across. I could see it happening. Let me know what you guys think about it. Plastic says we need faster travel for larger inventory transportation. I agree with you 100%, Plastic Jesus. 110%. We need our mounts. We need mounts. It's been a long time coming, guys. We are over 7, pushing on 8 months into development here now. We need our mounts. I'm not going to stop advocating for mounts because right now we don't have fast travel in the form of grace and we don't have fast travel in the form of mounts. It takes you a long time to get around, and as much as it is fun to interact at stalls and stuff in cities, it takes so long to get there. A lot of people don't want to dedicate the time to walk around and do that stuff, so they just end up staying in their own little home valley. So I think that they definitely do need to address that. Ryan says on the flip side, you can now find people by flagging them for their markets, so instead of stumbling randomly. But the thing is with that, you can find them by the way they're selling. The thing is, though, it's going to show every single market stall. It doesn't matter if you're online. It's not going to tell you when they were last online. There could be a market stall that was put up when the patch first came out or right after the wipe, and that person's not even online, so you're buying stuff from someone who they're not even there anymore. I mean, it's not really going to help you find more people per se, I don't think. You can maybe find the hotspots of locations, but I think if people are exploring, that's the natural way to find people. I see what you're saying, though, Ryan. But yeah, I mean, it's not guaranteed those people are even playing anymore, though, too. You know what I mean? Ryan says, it opens up smaller groups to discovery. I could see where you're coming from with that. Salty says, I for sure need a better hauling and transport method. Keeping crash fed gets expensive. That's hilarious. Plastic Jesus goes on to say, and it doesn't need to be faster and larger. It could be separate things. Yeah, I mean, if you just get to have a donkey that walks behind you that carries a bunch of stuff, or if you get a wagon of things, hell, I'll push the damn wagon or pull the wagon. You know, if we just get a wagon for transporting more stuff at the same speed or even slower, I think it would be a quality of life there as well. Hopefully we get mounts, wagons, chariots, all that good stuff, jousting. I want all those things, you know, but in terms of transportation for your goods, yes, we need something to get around faster or be able to carry more goods. Ryan says, I'll be honest, I'm not walking further for a lot of items just because they're 1 gold cheaper. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But in terms of like the expensive things, you know, if you're selling rulers, pauldrons here for 1,000 and they're 900 over there, that's a whole day's worth of grace purchase. You'll probably travel for that. I mean, an extra 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes to travel, that might help you out a little bit, you know? So I think for bigger things, but a lot of people aren't really selling those bigger things in their market stalls, you know? I don't know. We'll see how it actually pans out once we get it in our hands. Plastic Jesus says, if I could carry 3 times the normal running speed, that'd be wonderful. Or I can go with my normal inventory and travel twice as fast. Someone had a really good idea. What if while you're on a road, you travel faster? You know, you get like a 50% speed boost when you're running on the road. That'd be pretty nice. It'd make people want to follow the road a little more. Some of the roads are a little janky in some spots, but if you're on the road, especially with a mount on a paved road, you should probably travel faster. That'd be easier for you to traverse, right? Ryan says, oh, for sure, significant price differences will be a thing. Yeah, 100%. I mean, and obviously, people always ask me, what is this? What should I sell this for? What is this worth? It's only worth as much as you're willing to take and as much as someone else is willing to pay. That's what the prices are right now. There's no like set price on any of this stuff. Blimpy says New World does that. Yeah, I think that's a great feature, honestly. I think traveling faster on roads is a really good way of doing it. Ryan goes on to say, an interesting aspect of this will be browsing the market, then going to the zone chat to see if anyone is closer and can or get close. Again, costs immersion respects time. Yes, exactly. And that's what I was saying from the beginning. It costs you your immersion, but it will save you time. And that's why I think it's good for normal servers. And we'll see how it works on not private servers. We'll see how that works on RP servers. Ryan goes on to say those two aspects seem to be in direct competition for this particular feature. Yeah, I would agree there, Ryan. Your immersion and your time respecting your time, they are definitely at direct odds with one another. So that is going to be the Home Valley browsing. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, issues, anything like that, sound off in chat. Let me know. If you guys are watching this in the future, go in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think about Home Valley browsing and all these other features that we're talking about here. I love to hear from you guys. It's my favorite thing to do is to interact with you and read all of your questions, comments, concerns, and all those things. And I'm always available over on our Discord server, the Cheeky Buggers United. If you guys are wanting to talk about anything PAX Day related, come over there, chat in our PAX Day channel. Bunch of people to hang out with over there. So that is going to be the Home Valley browsing. Plastic Jesus says, we have future people here. Give me lottery numbers. Building, cost, revamp, and new pieces. I know there's a bunch of people who are using PAX Day as their own personal building simulator at this point. I know we have been building a little project on the side. Not in Bloodhaven, but we've been building a little project on the side that I'm going to show you guys here in an upcoming stream. It's turned out amazing. It could not have gone better. I cannot wait to show you guys it, but it's not finished just yet. I know a lot of people are waiting for new build pieces. Blimpy says, I almost napped through the whole thing. It's great to have you here, Blimpy. I know a lot of people are waiting for some new building pieces, and we're going to get some information here on those, hopefully, when they're going to be coming out. We are reviewing the cost of building pieces with two goals in mind: consistency and simplification. So they're trying to change, well, they're going to be changing the cost of each build piece, it looks like. They're going to be focusing on consistency, so making it to where it's not as convoluted, you don't need as many materials, and they're going to be simplifying it down to where they're trying to make it make sense to where you only need a couple of materials and they correlate with what you're building. And spoiler alert, they've done away with pegs. And this is going to be very interesting. It's going to be a little strange to get used to here because a lot of us have memorized these. So they go on to say we're streamlining prices so that similar pieces cost less, or similar pieces cost less. Does that mean smaller pieces cost less and larger items become more economical? Similar pieces. I think they mean smaller pieces. I'm not sure what they mean there, but smaller pieces or similar pieces, whichever it is going to cost less and larger items become more economical. To simplify crafting, we're reducing the recipes to a maximum of 2 materials. So no longer are you going to need 3, 4, 5 things to make stuff. It's going to be 2 materials for build pieces, removing redundant components. We've even decided to get rid of the most crafted item of all time. Wooden pegs, most crafted item of all time. So those are going away now, guys. You're not going to need wooden pegs anymore. You're not going to need them to build any walls or floors or planks or beams or anything like that. They're gone. Poof, out of here. It's going to make things a little simpler on people. It's going to be easier on your chest. You're not going to need to store thousands and thousands of pegs for big build projects or anything like that. These changes will make building more straightforward without compromising depth and flexibility. Lastly, here's the big news. We plan to add new building pieces to complement the cottage, hut, and half timber sets already in the game. So they're going to be adding new pieces to help complement the pieces that we already have, the sets that we already have. We want to know more. The upcoming content update will also include new emotes and other nifty additions. We'll be able to provide more details in the coming weeks. We hope you're as excited about the next update as we are. Stay tuned to find out when it will be released. So no release date. We don't know everything that's going to be coming in it, but new emotes and nifty additions. I don't know what nifty additions could mean. Hopefully the emotes, well, we know about like maybe a dance emote and stuff like that. Hopefully we get sitting. I know people have been wanting to sit for a very long time. Let me know what you guys think about the changes that are coming for the building as well. Wooden pegs, I think it's okay that wooden pegs are going away, honestly. I think it's probably a good thing. They were just something that took up a lot of chest space. Let's catch up on a little bit of chat here. Blimpy says, I'm going to stock up on wooden pegs and sell them. What, like the fir branches? They're not going to have a use. Ryan says, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to honestly miss pegs. Sorry, my chat is bouncing up and down here as messages come flying in. But at the same time, I can see why they're being removed. But limiting any building pieces to 2 ingredients, I don't like. I don't care enough to be mad. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to make it a little more streamlined for people, though. Think of it like this. The reason I think it may be a good addition, think of it like this. If you're working on building things with wood, you don't need to have like 7 different ingredients in your inventory anymore. Maybe you just need to have, a couple less. Well, you have 1 extra spot now because you don't need to have the pegs. The pegs just take up an inventory space. Now, when you go to build stuff, it could make it easier on your inventory, making it a little easier to get those big builds done when you're going to build things like stone and things that are made out of stone, foundations and whatnot, stairs. Maybe you just don't need to have you need 1 less ingredient in your inventory now. Makes it so you can build a wider variety of pieces. That's just the way that I'm seeing it. It's going to allow for builders to be able to erect things a little easier. You're not going to have as much of a burden on your inventory. Because right now it's like you can only carry so many different types of materials. So you have to like take all of your stone and clay, go do all the foundations and the stonework, then come back, put all the stone and clay away, pick up all your wooden pieces. So I think that it will help builders a little bit here, but I can see where you're coming from. Going down to 2 building ingredients, it does kind of cheapen the experience a little bit, makes it a little bit less immersive. Plastic Jesus says, my favorite thing about you reading this was the confusion when you read similar. You reread that line like 12 times thinking there is no way they said similar. I must have misread that. Nope. Yeah, I think they meant smaller. I don't know. Fidril, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. Fidril says, hello, Inner Sleuths and fellow blood brothers. Great to see you, Fidril. Welcome into the stream. Ryan says, they said sitting will take longer. Oh, on the Discord? Damn, guys. So we're not getting sitting yet. Probably the second most anticipated feature. I think mounts are probably the most anticipated and then probably sitting close behind it. But we're not going to be getting sitting according to what Ryan has said about the devs. Maybe presumably over on the Discord, Ryan. That's where they said that. Ryan says, Fadril and Moose, hello. Moose, how's it going? Welcome into the stream, brother. Jade says, yes, but pegs stack to 200, unlike other pieces. That's true. They did stack to 200. But now you don't even need to carry them at all. So it's going to just make it a little bit easier on your chest and your inventory when you're going to build things. Ryan says, oh, it's almost certainly a good addition, especially for early game experience. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think, I think they're really focusing on new player experience with a lot of these things. They're trying to make it a little more obtainable and tangible for people to get involved in the game and get going. I was just saying it's not a change that I like, but that's also totally fine, Ryan says. Plastic Jesus says, honestly, I don't want a mount as much as I want a canoe. Give me a canoe. That'd be pretty cool. I know people do want little boats and stuff. People have built little boats and stuff. They just don't obviously move. They're just made with build pieces. But yeah, we do need some boats as well. That'd be pretty nice. Hell, I know fishing is a pretty anticipated feature as well. People are really looking forward to fishing, myself included. I think fishing, when done right, could be really fun. Blimpy says, seems like sitting is a prerequisite for mounts. That's actually a good point. That's actually a really, really good point, Blimpy. Maven says, how many early access games do I have right now that allow us to sit? I'm going to guess at least 15 to 20 that you have right now that allow you to sit. Moose says, I'd take sitting on a mount over just regular sitting. Yeah, even if they develop that first, I'd be happy with that. That means we're getting mounts and sitting. You're technically sitting, right? I like where your head's at, Moose. Ryan says, yeah, exactly. Resitting. It was a comment a dev made regarding the rendering. So it is a rendering issue, and that's what we thought pretty much. Ange says, yes, let me fish. I know a lot of people want to fish. Fedril says, I wouldn't mind 3 ingredients, especially for higher tiered, but 4 and 5 is quite a lot in my opinion. I agree. I think that, again, that comes down to the new player experience, trying to make it a little more tangible for newer players. Make it a little more easily understood, I would say. UTB, how's it going, brother? Welcome into the stream. UTB says the 360-degree marker system versus minimap, sad face. I think we're still going to get a minimap at some point. UTB, I wouldn't worry about that. I think we're still going to get that. I think this is just the first implementation of our navigation update here. We're going to be able to have a compass, and I think that's because we're going to be able to follow those markers and follow the market stall markers once you mark them from the Home Valley browsing. I think that's why we're getting that first. I think a minimap is inevitable. I would be surprised if we did not get a minimap at some point. Ryan says, at Fadril, I think the context for 2 ingredients was just building. Yes, that is true. Fadril, it's not for like just all things across the board. It's specifically for building. It's the building cost revamp and new pieces. That may carry over into other things later as the game progresses through its development process. Who knows? But right now it's just for as far as we know, just for the building pieces. Maven says, I think 3 ingredient requirement makes sense for upper end building pieces, but glad that to be simplified, or glad that they'll be simplifying some. Yeah, I would like to see, a little bit of variety in the upper end of things, maybe for the really, really rare, not rare, but like the really, really high end materials. It would kind of make sense, but we'll see how it happens. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how they actually implement it, how it feels once we start messing around with it. Again, it's kind of like everyone has already built their stuff. So let me ask you this then. I've already built a lot of stuff. If I take it apart, how many materials do I get back? Do I get back the materials that I paid to go into that piece, or do I get the materials back that they are now worth? If it's the latter, you're going to want to take down your building pieces before these changes go in, and you'll multiply all of them. You'll get all your materials back, and then they'll cost less to build after this update. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's something that I had thought about. Let me know what you guys think. I think you can kind of multiply your building materials if you take down your build and then rebuild after. I don't really see anybody doing that because it just doesn't really make much sense unless we're getting new building pieces. Then people probably would take their stuff apart in anticipation of rebuilding. But I don't know which way it's going to go. I guess we'll find out. Plastic Jesus says, we really need what we really need is pie. We need pie in the game, Plastic, you think? UTV says, seems to be status quo these days. It does, yeah. It does, kind of. Plastic goes on to say, this game will never be done as long as pie is not craftable. I'd like to see pie. I'm not opposed to that. Yeah, let's get some pie in game. Ryan says, need eggs and milk for pie for that beautiful crust glaze. Yeah, and you know what that would mean? Husbandry and animals to get them eggs and get that milk. Blimpy says only foods with 2 ingredients can be PB and J, and then no bread. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's for building pieces, guys. It's not 2 ingredients for everything in the game. It's just for building pieces, as far as we know. Maven says, I don't think anyone needs to go to that extent of pulling down building materials, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to be doing that. It's something that crossed my mind. Are people going to do that? Are they going to give us back the materials we put in to get the build pieces, or are they going to retroactively reduce what you get back for taking down a wall because that's all it costs to put it back up now? I don't know. It's just something that crossed my mind. Ryan says, oh, sweet Jesus, Void. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be doing that. It's just something that crossed my mind. Ryan says, I was already pondering rebuilding anyway, and now you drop that on me. Cries and rebuild. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't recommend doing that. I want to put that out there. I don't recommend doing that. But let's say one cottage wall took 5 of this and 10 of this, and now it's going to take 2 of this and 5 of this. When you take down that wall, now you'll get 5 and 10 back. In the future, are you only going to get 2 and 5 back? I don't know. And says, let's rip up the city. No, definitely not. I'm not going to be doing that. I have no intention of doing that. That seems silly. It's just a thought that crossed my mind. I wonder, because they don't seem to be very good with retroacting things into the game. Look at what happened with other things in the past, your skill levels and things. As they changed, people lost access to stuff. So they don't really handle retroactive things. At least historically, they haven't handled retroactive things very well. So I would be curious how you're going to acquire them. Jade says, hammers out. I'm on it, boss. No, definitely not. Do not take anything down. You guys are absolutely insane. But let's see here. So they plan on bringing new pieces. What new pieces do you guys want to see that you think will complement not only cottages and huts and half timber build sets? What new build sets do you guys want to see added into the game in general? I know for myself, I would really like to see some more stone pieces. I'd like to see those stone pieces that we saw before. I'd like to see outdoor stone pieces you use for patios and things, maybe some smaller pieces of like flagstone that you can piece together to make jagged walkways. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let me know what build pieces you guys want to see in the game that we don't already have. If it's the ones we already know about, you can say, hey, those stone pieces we saw before, I'd just like to get those. If you have an idea for new pieces, let us know in chat so we can talk about it. Maven says they did not deliver everything to my redeeming queue, so I do not suspect they will add additional materials to me to balance after the building update. You never got all your redeeming queue stuff? I mean, I don't know if I got it all or not because I had the guild bank attached to mine, so I very well may not have gotten it. Salty, thank you for the super chat. The first out of 5 super chats for towards our super chat goal. Salty, thank you so much for the super chat and the support, brother. Thank you for being a channel member. I really appreciate you. Salty says, now for a commercial break. The White Ravens have infested Lioness for too long. The Bastion Concord is taking action. No more waiting. No more talk. Just results. Ready to fight. Ready to win. Join now. Sponsored by one of your local ass kickers. Salty, really appreciate that advert here. I don't roll mid ads during my live streams because I feel like it detaches. So that's great to see super chats becoming the new adverts. The Stag and Willow in adverts, those are great as well. Also, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Salty, for that super chat. Yes, guys, if you would like to join the Bastion Concord, it is a PvP driven alliance where we are pushing back. We go out there almost daily. We have scouts scouting the area, pushing back on the White Ravens and other bad acting bandits out in the land. If you guys would like to take up arms against them, no matter how big or how small you are, come and join the Bastion Concord. Go check our PvP video. We had a huge PvP clash where we just absolutely dominated these White Ravens out in PvP. Make sure you guys go and check that video. It's a really, really awesome video. Small clips. There's going to be more of them coming out as well. Some more shorts and things highlighting PvP in different fashions. But thank you, Salty, for the super chat. And thank you for the shout out to the Bastion Concord. Guys, visit our wiki. Type !wiki in chat. You'll get a link over there. You guys can check it out and see all the different things that we have going on there, including the Bastion Concord. Let's catch up on some more chat here. EOTB says, wants plastic Jesus horses. All my hours back. You're talking about you want the time back that it took you to run. Fishing and more game loops and fast travel. Yes, a lot of people want fast travel, EOTB, that is for sure. Maven says, I will support any builders or any buildings you want to do, Fidril, but I love our home. Fidril says, no worries, Moon and Void. I have zero intentions of rebuilding. I don't either. It's just something that crossed my mind. I'm just curious because that probably could affect some people's outlook on things. I mean, for a large clan like ourselves, we're the biggest clan in the game. We don't really have an issue collecting resources and stuff like that. But for smaller clans, I mean, hey, that's probably something they might be thinking about. Eva, great to see you, Eva. Welcome into the stream. I would like to have the stone ceilings and stone walls with windows, Eva says. Yeah, I think it'd be really great to have more stone build pieces, really give people more variety in the game. Blimpy says, how about this, add Ryan? I will sell square pegs. You can sell round pegs. Fair. Fidril says, more stone variety, Greek, Gothic themed styles, architectural and building materials. What is Borak? What is that? I don't know what that actually is. I know Greek and Gothic. Am I reading that wrong? Is my dyslexia getting the better of me? Borak? Baroque? Themed? I don't know what that is. Fidril, I know you are a history buff. I know you know all of this stuff. Explain to me what you'd like to see from each of those. Each of those built. Greek, obviously, I would think there'd be a lot of new interesting stone pillars and things like that, not just the rough square ones that we have, maybe some nice rounded etched ones, maybe some marble or some granite pieces. I think that could go a long way for build variety. But let me know what Baroque is. I don't actually know what that is, if I'm even reading that right. Ryan says, Blimpy, counter offer. I will sell pegs on weekends. You could sell pegs on weekdays. Blimpy says, I don't know. I'll have to do market analysis. UTB says, P.S. I need a new spot for a chessboard. Oh, yeah. We'll have to find a spot. Maybe in the new build. Maybe in, you know what? I think I have a spot in mind, UTB. We'll talk about that after stream. I'll hop in chat with you. We'll talk about that. I think I have a spot in mind. Central Park. That's all I'm going to say. What do you think? Central Park. We'll talk about it on Discord. What other new build pieces do you guys think we need in game? I had a really interesting idea, and this is just some theory craft here at the end. And as we near the end of the stream, let me know what you guys think about it. What's the hardest part of any building to do? In my opinion, it's the roofs. I think the roofs are the hardest things to do. It's hard to get the corners and the angles and the builds, the pieces to lock in just right in order to make your roofs successful. Obviously, you can do it. Sometimes they get a little janky. I would like to see a feature much like in The Sims, where you pick a corner, you go to the next corner, you click, you go to the next corner, you click. Doesn't matter if they are concave corners or if they're outward facing corners, inward facing corners, any shape corner in between, any angle, even if it's just one notch in, one notch out. Click on each corner, and then it will kind of paint the roof, and it'll go up to a point, and it'll make all the peaks. V Rising does this, where it automatically puts the roofs on your buildings. I think it should be an option, not just automatic, because some people are going to want to do weird stuff on their own and free place them. But I think for those who really are not super technically inclined and don't want to spend a ton of time working on their roof, I think it could be pretty nice. You know, in The Sims, how you just click and drag your walls and then boom, there's the wall. You can cut in for holes and stuff. I think that would be a big quality of life feature for those of us who don't want to spend that much time. Ryan says, we'll never get it, but I love it. Yeah, and again, scaffolding, we may not get scaffolding. He's talking about scaffolding here. He doesn't think we'll ever get it, but you'd love it. I think scaffolding, we've kind of already made our own scaffolding. U2B has been putting little railings behind us while we're working on the roof so we don't fall off. Obviously, I think you're talking about something a little more advanced than that. I'd be all for it. This is just a little bit of theory craft, talking about things that we'd like to see in the game. Things that we think could add some quality of life into the game. But let me know what you guys think about these changes and what we've talked about here today. As we near the end of the stream, if you guys have any other ideas for build pieces, or maybe, if you want to see the mini map or things like that, let Mainframe know through my stream. Go ahead, sound off. Let them know what you guys think about the upcoming content that we're talking about here for update part 3 of verse 2. I'm excited for the compass. I think it's going to add a big quality of life. And Miranda, I'm sure, is going to love the compass. It'll help her to get around a lot easier. The home valley browsing, I'm not a huge fan of. I think it's going to take away more than it's going to add for a lot of people. For some people, it's going to add it. They're going to love it. It's going to add a lot of quality of life. They're going to absolutely love it. For some people, they're not going to like it. Obviously, you can still choose to go to the town squares to do your RP browsing, but it seems to be on RP servers, people will take the path of least resistance, even if it means less immersion. It's unfortunate for the immersion of the world, but people will take the path of least resistance. And if that path of least resistance is popping into the home valley, checking what's there, and then immediately leaving without interacting with anybody, that's the path they're going to take. And I think that that's okay. And it's going to be a feature coming to Home Valley near you soon. Let me know what you guys think about that Home Valley browsing and any other build pieces. Leave your comments down in the comment section. I'd love for you guys to voice your opinions on what you'd like to see, because I'd like to know what other... Oh, I just thought of one. Spiral staircases, either stone or wood. I think having spiral staircases with a smaller footprint will just do amazing things for smaller builds. We kind of make them right now with a lot of build pieces, but I'd like to see ones that go up one floor at a time and are all one build piece. I think that will save on a lot of resources on the server. We did know that performance went way up in PAX Day, and then it came back down a little bit. So let me know how it has been for you guys performance-wise. But it's been a little bit hit or miss. Their last patch did fix a lot of lag in town, and then it kind of degraded a little bit again. So I want to know how it's been treating you guys with your hardware. Fadril says Baroque. It's a style of European architecture in the 17th and 18th century. Oh, Baroque. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to look that up and see what types of builds were made with that. Plastic says it is less about the path of least resistance. It is a trade-off between immersion and speed. A tiny loss of immersion for less frustration is worth it for most gamers. I would agree, yeah. I don't know if it's a tiny loss of immersion, though. I think it is pretty big having people come to town. That's how you have those natural emergent gameplay experiences. So I'm not convinced that it's a small loss of immersion, although it's going to mean more or less to each individual person. But I definitely see what you're saying there. UTB says Baroque style is an artistic movement that began in Europe around the early 17th century and lasted until the mid 18th century. Architectural St. Peter Basilica and the Vatican City. The cat died. How's it going? Welcome in to the stream. Great to see you again, buddy. Hope you're doing great. Maven says, I would like the ability to have pieces to build the outdoor bathhouse areas that you're running across randomly in the world. Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Those look like pools almost. Yeah, those would be pretty cool to have, honestly. I would like to have the ability to be able to put water above ground as well. I don't know how they would do that, though. I think we're going to have to keep building down into water sources in order to have water in our builds, unfortunately. Ryan says spirals would be great because it would lessen the build pieces requirement for sure. Yes, absolutely. Thus lowering lag in the world. I'm all for that. I also had the idea, and I don't know if this is viable within the engine, but I also had the idea, what if when you put a bunch of pieces together, it called the inside facing pieces, the faces that are facing into the interior, and they made it like kind of become one piece. I'm not a game developer. I don't know if that's even possible or viable, but I think that if that was possible, that would cut down a lot of processing power that would be required to load the world. Plastic Jesus says, if the RP potential and benefit was bigger for mechanical and disadvantaged people, will still do it. Maven says more build pieces for the outdoor gardening and animal husbandry pieces. I think we're not really going to see anything like troughs and stuff like that until we actually get animal husbandry, when they'll actually make sense to be added into the world. The Cat Died says, really hoping they increase the build height. The new building pieces aren't coming until the next major patch, so who knows when that's going to happen. It's unfortunate, yeah, but hopefully that patch comes sooner rather than later. Having the build height increased is an interesting concept because you can build pretty high right now, especially if you're doing structural support, cross beams, and all the above for structural support. You can get pretty high, especially if you build on the side of a mountain or out from the side of a mountain. It goes based on the last piece that touched foundation going up. So you can get some pretty high builds. But I would not be opposed to the build height going up, maybe a row or two. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Plastic Jesus says, give me flying buttresses so I can build massive structures with an open floor plan. Padril says the Greek building structures would work well for those. Talking to Moon there. The Cat Died says, my hot take, development is too slow. Really not happy with how little we have been getting from the dev team. I think a lot of people are in that same boat, Cat Died. I'm not here to blow rainbows up anybody's ass. I'm just here to bring you guys the news and have an open platform for you guys to talk. I appreciate your comment. I agree. I do think that it's a little slow on the development side. I think that the updates should be bigger for how long they're waiting. But every game's different. Every development process is different. Every development team is different. I mean, look at Project Zomboid, for instance. There's like a year or two in between their updates, but they're massive updates. They're big, all-encompassing updates. And their development team is a lot smaller. It's tiny compared to Mainframe's. I think Mainframe has like 80 or so, I want to say, active developers. Pretty decent-sized development team. So I agree with you, Cat Died. I really do. I hope that they can pull it together and develop a little bit faster. I'd love to see that. But I'm not here to blow rainbows up anybody's butt. The development process has been slow for a lot of people. Some people think it's been okay. I think the numbers speak for themselves. Let's go ahead and pull them up here. Let's refresh the page. 871 playing right now on a Friday. Maybe that goes up. 24-hour peak, 896. It was down to like 300 at some points. It's getting down there, guys. It's getting worrisome. But we are here for the long haul. We're here to bring you guys the news, and I really appreciate you bringing that forward, because not everyone's going to want to say that. Not everyone's going to want to talk about the elephant in the room and about the development team being slow on this. And there's a lot of people who are not happy right now. I think a lot of their posts have been a little distasteful, talking about things that don't really pertain to the game development. And I think they're just filler, and I think they're sandbagging. That's just my opinion. But I definitely appreciate that. We are here to talk about the good, bad, and the indifferent, all the above here on the channel. So I really do appreciate that. Maven says, at Fadril. Talking about the build pieces. UTB says, group join, obviously, yes. Also water seals. That's what EOTB says there. Cat Died says they decreased the build height for stone by 2 levels. Last patch, you could get 9 levels high with stone and small stone foundation pieces. Now the max build height is 7 for stone. You have to use wood for the roof pieces if you want to utilize a full 9 levels. I didn't actually know that they reduced it. That's interesting. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. Yeah, I didn't know that they reduced it. I am all for physics restricting weird or floating builds. Like, I don't think you should be able to have like one little wooden support beam coming off the side and then have like a giant stone structure held up by it. Those things can be a little weird. So I am thankful for the physics, but I think allowing us to go a little bit higher would be nice. I think they're kind of incentivized to not let you build as high as possible, because it's going to force people into buying more plots. If they force you to build out because you can't build up as high. Now, that being said, I do think 1 or 2 plots is completely viable. I don't think you need to have 20 in order to play the game, but I think that is incentivizing them to not let us build super, super high. Yas says, yes, please, need more content. Absolutely, guys. I'm there with you 110%. I stand with you guys on that. We definitely need more content. I mean, when was the last time I streamed any content about PAX Day? It's been few and far between. And I want to know what you guys want to see me cover in the interim, in the meantime, while we're waiting for content updates. What games would you guys like to see? What genre would you guys like to see? Let me know down in the comments, because it doesn't have to just be, sitting here waiting, doing nothing. I'm going to be covering Star's Reach here later today, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Hopefully it's going to be a pretty good... I'm thinking I'm just going to do a stream. I'm just going to go all in. I was going to do a video and test the waters and see what the response was. I think I'm just going to go all in. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys want to see me cover here on the channel. Do you want to see more podcasts about the Veiled Mythos in the meantime? Catching up on some of the lore of our Pantheon, or the lore of the natural world of PAX Day? What do you guys want to see? Because I want to bring you content that you want to enjoy. So let me know down in the comments if you're watching this in the future, or let me know in chat what you guys want to see in the interim here. Let me catch up on some more chat. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, we definitely need some more content coming out. We need a little bit quicker. People are growing. They're growing a little bit bored, you know? Plastic Jesus says, the frustrating thing that is happening is how small the patches are. The update pace is okay, but how small these updates are is frustrating. Ryan says, only content will increase that playing peak, and the devs, in my honest opinion, could do better in their communication. 100% I agree there. Hopefully they are sandbagging and want to knock our socks off with a big update. That's kind of seems what they tend to be doing, at least. That's what they've done before. I think they sandbag and then they just dump a bunch of stuff all at once. The challenge is that without any drip feed or teasing people, they won't stick around. I think that is a big issue for them in their communication approach is too minimal. Ryan, I agree with you there as well. A lot of good points here today, guys. I really appreciate all these good comments. You guys are on top of it. Maven says, I suspect they are likely tackling some big components behind the scenes that we aren't seeing, obviously. I think that is definitely a possibility as well, Maven. I think that's a good point there. I would rather them take the time to do things right versus push out a hot mess left and right. There's something to be said for that as well. And opinions, you know what they say about opinions, right? I don't need to inform you guys what they say about opinions. And these are all just our opinions. And I respect each and every single one of your opinions. We don't all have to agree on these things, but we can have a place where we can come together and talk about it and let the developers know. The Cat Died says, I agree that physics should be realistic, but it is too limiting. I would love to build a realistic looking cathedral and castle. Yeah, I agree, Cat Died. I think that allowing us to have the archways have a little more support and things like that could go a long way. Or the support rafter things to have more support. I think that would definitely help out a lot with building a realistic cathedral. I think that'd be pretty cool, Cat Died. Ryan says, and whilst that doesn't mean they aren't doing work, there's no way for us, the players, to set expectations. And that's why I tend really not to set expectations. Because when you set an expectation, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I like the theory craft and just, give our ideas on things. But I try not to set expectations. Ryan says, I'd be interested in seeing you stream Stars Reach. Okay. Yeah, so that's one vote for Stars Reach there being a stream. Like I said, I was going to just do a video to see what the response is, but maybe I'll just go all in and we'll just do a stream and we'll just see how that stream gets. Because that's really my bread and butter, I really like to chat with you guys and learn things in real time with you and show stuff off. It's how I got into PAX Day too. It's why I got such a following with PAX Day, just showing off how you actually do stuff. I mean, go back and look at my first 30 days of PAX Day. And says, do it. Stars Reach is playable now, Blimpy, if you got an invite into the play test. I got an invite into the play test. I reached out to the developers. Their development team seems very responsive. They were emailing back and forth with me. They're super excited for me to cover it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Jade says, stream it, do it. Ryan says, more Veiled Mythos would always be welcome. My Veiled Mythos doesn't normally get the same turnout as these update videos do. But I do know that the people who like the Veiled Mythos really like the Veiled Mythos. Fadril says, murder mystery at the Stag and Willow Inn. That'd be pretty cool, actually, Fadril. I would be all for that. That would be pretty interesting. Maven says, you may have some gold there, Fadril. Yeah, putting out a murder mystery. That'd be pretty interesting. I'd like to see that. Maven says they did preview garment dyes and some new female Zebians a while ago. Yeah, we did cover that back on a previous episode of PaxCast. Maybe we'll see something swiftly on those two fronts before long, hopefully. And they did show off the Zebian tanks as well, so hopefully we get something with that. Salty Veteran says, did anyone else think that when they sent out the update today with the single lonely soldier standing in the mountaintop with the setting sun, that this would be a goodbye PAX Day announcement? Wait, where did that get posted? When they sent out the update today with the lonely soldier standing with them. Oh, I could see what you're saying. Like you thought maybe they were sunsetting the game or something. Oh my God, that'd be terrible. Where did that actually go out at though? Maven says, no, not at all at Salty. EOTB says they tend to focus on cooperative systems like GeForce, Discord, etc. But if they let the dev team loose, might help. They are too control driven versus making improvements. 'Tis the world we live in. Yeah, maybe a little micromanaging going on there. I could see that. Maven says, Salty Veteran, the scenery is gorgeous, so I think they're just showing them off. Queen Tiamat. Is that how you pronounce that? Welcome into the stream. Great to see you. She says, Queen says, hey, Sleuths, just picked up the game a few days ago. I'm always happy to see new people picking up the game. If you're looking for a great place to hang out, if you're looking for an awesome clan, if you want to join the biggest clan, the most cooperative clan in the game, join the Order of the Blood Brothers. Type !Discord in chat, Queen. You'll get a link over to our community Discord server. We would love to help you get into the game, love to help you in any way. We are free people united by a common cause, and that is to keep the free people of Gallia free and protect the innocent. If you would like to join up with the Order of the Blood Brothers and take your blood oath, come and hang out with us over on Discord. I'd love to chat with you, help you out with anything you may need about the game. That brings us back to Watson. Watson, you won the giveaway this month. You have 48 hours to claim it. Message me on Discord. We'll do our verification process. And you want a free copy of PAX Day. Give it to a friend. Give it to a family member. Activate it as another account for you to have more plots for yourself. We're going to keep this trend going. Even though PAX Day is in a little bit of a lull right now, we're going to be giving away another copy of PAX Day this month. So go down and comment on any of my videos or uploads during the month of February, and you can win another copy of PAX Day for yourself. Give it away to a friend, family member, whatever you want to do with it. But Queen, really great to see you in chat. Let me know how you've been enjoying PAX Day. If you've been having fun in PAX Day, are you in a clan already? Are you looking for a group? Let us know. Hit us up. Come over and hang out with us over on the Discord. !Discord in chat. We'll point you in the right direction. Really great group of people over there, by the way. Some of the best people I've ever met in my gaming history over on that Discord. Ryan says, wow, you have a fun time coming. Welcome, Queen. There you go. Ryan popped the Discord there for you. Let's see here. Let's catch up on some more chat. Blimpy says, yikes, finally remembered to hit like. Oh yeah, guys, hit that like button. Thank you, Blimpy, for reminding me. Really appreciate you. Ryan put a link over to the website. There you go. Queen says, thanks for the invite. Absolutely. We love getting new people into the game. It's a lot of fun. I don't ever try to sell anybody on the game, but I do my best to show it off in its true colors and let it speak for itself, so that way people can make the educated decision if it's the game for them, you know? And the way our clan runs is pretty unique. We are a free people, united, like I said, by a common cause. We really just support and help each other. We do have ranks. We have titles you can climb. We have different branches you can join. We have a ton of role play back history. A lot of really good stuff on our Wikipedia if you're into role play. Queen says, thank you for the welcome, guys. I enjoy the game, even though the server I'm on is rather low populated. We're on the Nix server. So if you're looking for people to hang out with, you can come into Bloodhaven, the city that never sleeps, and have some fun. Ryan says, Queen, join the Discord, even if it's just to ask a ton of questions you may have. We are happy to help. Absolutely, yeah. It's a great place to hang out and talk with like-minded people, or even opposing thoughts in a nice and enjoyable manner. German 3D Printing Nerd, thank you for the link to the Discord there. Queen says, I'm soloing along right now, but I may very well look for some company. And that's the thing too. Even if you just live by us or if you want to come visit, we do trades, we do contracts, we interact with. We have a lot of neighbors who aren't actually in the clan who just want to settle by us and be a part of Bloodhaven and be a part of the city. Blimpy says soloing with friends is even better. It is pretty hard to go solo, Queen, because of the demand on all of the different professions and stuff. Definitely doable, but a lot more of a time sink. So if you're looking for anything, just come on and hang out with us. We have a section on our Discord where you can put anything that you're looking for. It's our bounty board. If you have a request for a contract, or if you ever want to see the inside of a dungeon or clear some of the bigger POIs, we have groups for that. We also go out into PvP pretty frequently. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with this group of people. Really, really great group of people. Salty Veteran says, at Queen, if you just started and you're on another server and wanted to play with a larger group, this is the time to jump servers before you get too established. That's definitely true. I do think the developers have been helping people move their characters around as well, even though there's no established automated system to move your characters. I think if you send messages, they'll move characters around and stuff. But we're on the Nix RP server. We are located in the province of Caries, and we are in Western Tremen. You can't miss it. Bloodhaven is over there on the western side of Tremen. Maven says there's a lot of really supportive folks on the Nix RP server. Absolutely. Everybody does their best to help everyone have as much fun as possible. That's always my goal as a leader of the Order of the Blood Brothers and have running a huge community for PAX Day. I do my best to enhance the way that you play the game. We try to make sure that you're having fun playing the game the way that you want to, and that you have whatever you may want or need. That's the way that we go about doing it. Freedom in all things. We have very little rules and regulations. We like people to express their creative freedom. We like when people are embracing, the professions that they enjoy. It's hard when you're solo because you have to focus on a lot of different things. But let's say your passion is actually just weaponsmithing. You don't really want to do the blacksmithing part. You just want to focus on weaponsmithing. When you're in a larger group, it makes it a lot easier to focus on, like for me, for instance, I do alchemy. I get my vials from the blacksmiths because I can't make them. I don't really have a desire to focus on blacksmithing, and I have a place where I can get that from. We just do little trades. If it's in the clan, we just help each other out. Hey, here's the materials. Do you think you can help me out with this? Yep, bada bing, bada boom. So it does make it a lot more enjoyable. This is it's a social game. Queen says, it's given me time to hang out on things, or to get the hang of things, but I'm not too far along, so starting over wouldn't be an issue. You're on Bran right now. Salty, EOTB says at Salty 1000%. Ryan says, Queen, you would find yourself inundated with supplies to help you catch up. I can guarantee it. Yeah, anything you may need. Again, we're super, super helpful. Really great, really, really great group of people. Huge shout out to every person who's in Bloodhaven, who comes to Bloodhaven, who's in the Order of the Blood Brothers. You guys have made the gaming experience of PAX Day as enjoyable as it possibly can be. You guys have been so great to new people as they come in. We've had clan members who have just come back from long breaks, and they're like, hey, I don't really know where to go about doing this, and this. And we just have helped them as much as we possibly can. So it's really great to see. Huge shout out to all of you guys. It's the people that populate the cities that make this world something truly, truly special. And I mean that. Queen says it's sounding like a good deal since I do enjoy RP. And that's the thing with RP too. You can do as much RP or as little RP as you want. There's some people on our server who they really don't want to RP, but they respect that they are in a roleplay server, that they're on a roleplay server. They respect other people's roleplay. They'll go along with it a little bit maybe. They'll excuse themselves in a roleplay manner so that way they don't have to engage. So you can roleplay as little or as much as you want. We have very few rules here. It's a really great place to hang out. I really look forward to hanging out and chatting with you in the future and answering any of your questions. If you have any questions, that's what these streams are about. This one is more dedicated to the news and the happenings in and around. That's what PaxCast is. It's the news and happenings in and around PAX Day. But when we do our regular streams, they are dedicated to reading your guys' messages and interacting with you guys. Just like what the Stars Reach stream is going to be later on today, hopefully. We'll see if I get to it today or tomorrow, but we're going to be joining in on that play test. Blimpy says, isn't there even some sort of an inn where Queen could live while rebuilding? I recall hearing of one. I think there are several, right? Queen says, that's all you can ask, really. UTB says, from deaf mutes to chatty Cathy's. Maven says, Stag and Willow Inn is located within Bloodhaven and is a wonderful place for guests looking to relocate to the area. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the nice thing is about Bloodhaven, there's normally somebody online at any given time. Obviously, there's a lull in content, so the player numbers are down quite a bit, so activity's down quite a bit, but you're still going to find someone at any given time around Bloodhaven doing whatever it may be. There's always going to be those holdouts, you know? Maven says, if you're interested, myself and Fadril will be happy to assist. Absolutely. All kinds of great people. Well, guys, this is bringing us near the end of this episode of PaxCast. It was great chatting with you all. It was great touching base. I want to know what you guys want to see me cover here on the channel. I'm going to try and get caught up on some Veiled Mythos episodes for some roleplay episodes. I'm going to be doing Stars Reach soon. We got some pretty interesting stuff upcoming outside of PAX Day, but I'm going to be keeping up with all the news and happenings inside PAX Day. We also do have some interesting things being planned in PAX Day as well. We have our Moonlit Market that's going to be debuting. It's kind of already debuted at the Festival of Realms, but the Festival of Realms was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a good time there. We're going to be having some more events like that upcoming, as well as our PvP patrols. We're going to be doing more dungeons as a clan and community. So get involved, type !Discord in chat, guys. Join the Cheeky Buggers United. Head over to our website, !Website in chat. It'll get you a link over there where you can submit your application. Very simple process. We vet and verify to make sure that everyone is acting in good faith. It's how we keep the trolls out of the community and make sure that everyone can enjoy their gaming experience. I take this stuff very seriously. So if you guys have any issues, questions, comments, concerns, please don't hesitate. Shoot me a message, void_lock over on Discord. I'm always there for you guys. Let's catch up on some final messages here. Queen says we can talk about prime real estate areas at Maven. Yes, there's a lot of really good spots. There really, really are. Come on out, have some fun. Join the Discord though, Queen. I'd love to chat with you off stream over on Discord and hang out with you a little bit. Maven says I can definitely help you with that. There are some gorgeous spots that are still up for grabs. Cat Died says nice catching up with you. Void, take care. Cat Died, thank you for tuning in, brother. Really appreciate you. It's great to hear from you. Hopefully we get some more stuff to talk about coming up here soon. Again, I know I haven't streamed in a little while here. I appreciate your guys' continued support. Thank you guys for continuing to be channel members and support me with super chats and stuff. Even though the streams have been few and far between here because content has been lacking, I really, really appreciate you. I could not be doing this without you guys. So thank you for all the continued support. Queen says, I'll join the Discord server soon and we'll talk at Maven. Sounds good, Queen. I look forward to chatting with you as well. Ryan says, okay, at Queen, I've got some steel axes and many steel picks. Oh, yep, that'll help her get her harvesting going. Bevan says, sound wonderful at Queen. It'll be a pleasure. Yeah, and Queen, if you have any friends who are playing as well, get them to come on over. We'll have some fun. Queen says, all right, thank you so much. Absolutely. It's so great. Every day, I see so many people on the Discord and in the community helping people, and it's so awesome to see. I mean, we really have something truly special here, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys who are part of the community, let me know. Have you ever seen a place with such welcoming and warming people who are so willing to go out of their way to help you in any capacity that they possibly can? I've never seen any place quite like it. I'm so happy that I built the Cheeky Buggers United. I'm so happy that I built the Order of the Blood Brothers so that we could bring all of these great people together. Without you guys, this world would be empty and lonely. You guys are the reason that PAX Day and this world feel alive and is a wonderful place to come back to. But that's going to do it for this stream, guys. I really, really hope that we get another PaxCast coming up here soon. Queen says I'll try to bring some more folks over to the dark side. Queen, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning into the stream. And for everybody else out there who's thinking about getting into PAX Day, come and join our Discord. Come and hang out. Make some new friends and have a good time. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.
Heart, the snow descends. Silent whispers from the winds as they bend. Candles flicker in each ancient tower. The night holds a mystic power. Moonlight dancing on the frozen ground. Echoes of nights long lost and found. Armored shadows in the frosty night. Bronze and steel under pale moonlight. Winter weaves as smells of wine and deep. The city breathes and ancient spirits keep guarding tales of old with every breath. Blood brothers honor even in death. Hearts are warm in the stone embrace. Stories told by a crackling blaze. Children dreaming of heroic quests in the city where legends rest. Snowflakes landing on a solemn cross mark the places of triumph and loss. Chills that whisper of a time before, hollow moments that we adore.